Madaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Everybody can recite. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance. So this is the Ishopanishad, also called Ishavasya Upanishad. And this book, it's very small book. It contains only 19 verses. And in this verses, 18 verses. In these 18 verses, the complete science of Isha, Isha means God, Krishna, is given here. Right? How everything is controlled by the Lord. Isha Vashyam. Everything is controlled by the Supreme Lord. Everything is under the influence of the Supreme Lord. So that's the main concept of this book. And Srila Prabhupada chose this book to translate it and write it in English language. Because this particular book talks about the personality of Krishna. Other Upanishads do not directly indicate the person Krishna. But this book, especially the 15th verse, talks about Krishna as a person. So that's why Prabhupada chose this particular book. And the invocation of this book is very interesting. It's called complete. Purnam, 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 Purnam. So almost 7 times the word Purnam is used here in this verse. So very simple meaning it is. Purnam Madaha. Krishna is complete. So this is a language of Upanishads. Upanishads use indirect language. That is complete. This is also complete. That means Krishna, but they said that. Tad ejati, tan nejati. That walks, that doesn't walk. Tad dure, he is very far, that is very far, that is very near also. Right? So this indirect language is used in Upanishads. But in Puranas, direct language is used. Krishna is here, Krishna came, Krishna sat, Krishna went. But Upanishads use indirect language. So it's difficult to understand the Upanishads sometimes if you don't know the context. We need Acharya's commentaries to understand. So here, Purnam Adaha, Adaha means that, means Krishna. Krishna is spiritual and is complete. If first thing, first faith we should have is God is complete. Unless God is complete, how can He be God? Right? So completeness of God means He has all features. Everything is in Him. Because God is personal, God is impersonal also. That means completeness. Prabhupada explains this in the purport. So God is impersonal, God is localized, and God is Swayam Bhagavan. All three features are there in Krishna. So that's why Krishna is complete. Some people say that God is impersonal. But we see that everything in this world is personal. This mic stand is personal, this laptop is personal, right? This camera is personal, table is personal, everything has a form. Impersonal in the sense everything has got a form, it has got qualities, it has got some attributes. If chair doesn't have four legs and you cannot sit on it, then it is not called as a chair. It's called as chair because it has got a function of the chair. If something has not got function like chatai, this we can't call this as chair because chair is something different. It is defined in some way. Similarly, when you define God, then God means one who includes everything in Him and from whom everything emanates. That's called God. So that is a complete definition of God. Right? Prabhupada says here, God means you should have all features of Sat, Chit and Ananda. Sat means eternity, Chit means knowledge, Ananda means bliss. He has complete knowledge, complete bliss, and complete and eternity. So he is called God. And he is a Vigraha, Satchidananda Vigraha. He is a person. Prabhupada says, thus the complete whole is not formless. If he were formless or if he were less than his creation in any other way, then he could not be complete. If we say that God doesn't have a form, then he is incomplete. So God must have a form, according to the definition of this. Purnamadaha. Krishna is complete. The complete whole must contain everything both within and beyond our experience. Otherwise, he cannot be complete. God should be within our experience and God should be beyond our experience. Like we try to fit God in our understanding. How can God marry 16,000 wives? You should marry one wife and be happy now. Because a mundane morality means, okay, one wife and be happy with her, be loyal to her, that's all. But when you try to fit this morality to Krishna, that fails. Because God is within this and beyond this. So we have our own limited conception and we think God should fit in this. If it doesn't fit, then I don't accept Him as God. God is beyond our limited conceptions of reality. So that's how Krishna is Purnam, is complete. Prabhupada talks about that. Then he says, the complete whole, the personality of Godhead has immense potencies, all of which are complete as He is. Krishna is complete, so Krishna's energies are also complete. Purnamidam, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. Idam means Krishna's energy. See, this material world is also Krishna's energy. Thus, this phenomenal world is also complete in itself. The 24 elements which are coming from Krishna, they are also complete. The 24 elements of this material nature is a temporary manifestation, are arranged to produce everything necessary for the maintenance and sustenance of this universe. Right? So Krishna has created this material world of 24 elements. What are the 24 elements? Panchamahabhuta, then 5 senses, sense objects, 10 senses actually. 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. Right? Then manabuddhi ahankar, mahatattva, 24. Mahatattva is the 24th. And 25th is soul, 26th is Paramatma. So like this. So these 24 elements, no other unit in the universe need make an extraneous effort to try to maintain the universe. So Krishna himself is maintaining these 24 elements. Purnamidam, The universe functions on its own time scale, which is fixed by the energy of the complete whole. And when schedule is completed, this temporary manifestation will be annihilated by the complete arrangement of the complete whole. Now one may say, but this world is temporary. It is destroyed and it is created. Bhutva, bhutva, pradiyate. It's created and destroyed. So this world is imperfect. No, that arrangement is complete, perfect. The cyclic process of creation and destruction is arranged by the Lord. So that is complete arrangement made by the Lord. There is no fault in this. This world is created and destroyed, but that world is not created and destroyed. That spiritual world is always eternal. So by the arrangement of the Lord, this material world is created and destroyed. That's how we have to understand. All facilities are given to the small complete units. Now, this material world is Krishna's energy. Atma is also Krishna's energy. Is Atma complete? Yes. All facilities are given to the small complete units, namely the living beings, to enable them to realize complete whole. We are given complete facility to realize Krishna. So that's another completeness. All forms of incompleteness are experienced due to incomplete knowledge of the complete whole. If you think that something is incomplete, means our knowledge is incomplete. If some people say, no, there is so much suffering in this world, so the world is incomplete, the world is imperfect. Actually, the world is perfect and complete, but our understanding of this world is incomplete. This world is created so that we go back to Godhead, not stay here permanently. Like in the jail, a person may see so many problems. Right? Sanitation is not good, food is not good, there is punishment, there is restriction, there is there is also hard work and labor in the jail. One may say this jail is not good, but by arrangement the jail is made like that. The jail is purposefully made like that so that the criminal can realize his mistake and rectify himself. Similarly, this material world is like a jail and it is designed to give suffering so that we realize this is not the place for me to stay. Let me go back to spiritual world. So that is the completeness of this material world. The human form of life is a complete manifestation of consciousness of the living being. It is obtained after evolving through 84 lakh species of life in the cycle of birth and death. So among all the species of life, human life is complete. Human life has got the complete arrangement and facility to realize Krishna. If in this human life of full consciousness, the living entity does not realize his completeness in relation to the complete whole, he loses the chance to realize his completeness and is again put into the evolutionary cycle by the laws of material nature. But if unfortunately if a person doesn't realize Krishna in this life, then he is again put into the 84 lakh species. Because we do not know that there is a complete arrangement in nature for our maintenance, we make efforts to utilize the resources of nature to create a so-called complete life of sense enjoyment. If we don't realize that Krishna's arrangement is complete, then we think I'm incomplete and we try to use some material resources and to make myself complete. Actually, soul is complete in itself. It's full of happiness. But when soul identifies with this body and matter, he thinks I'm incomplete. If I get this mobile, I'll be happy. If I get this home, I'll be happy. If I get this facilities, whatever, money, I'll be happy. If I get this job only, I'll be happy. If I get this. So we think we are incomplete and try to fill up that gap by putting some uh, material things into our life. But when a person has realized that I'm complete, I just need Krishna, that's all, then he doesn't need or demand anything in this world. He is happy. He is complete in itself because he has realized Krishna. You getting? So, so a person who has not realized his completeness needs sense gratification, sense enjoyment. Because the living entity cannot enjoy the life of senses without being routed into with the complete whole, the misleading life of sense enjoyment is illusion. He tries to enjoy sense gratification, but that becomes frustrating because it cannot satisfy him. कितना भी सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करो, आत्मा का जो नीड है वो फुलफिल नहीं हो सकता है. He'll remain illusioned and frustrated. The hand of a body is complete unit only as long as the body, as it is attached to the complete body. Like hand is complete if it is attached to the body. If you cut the hand, it's of no use. किसी काम का है नहीं. Similarly, if there is a nut and bolt, if you remove it from this item, it's of no use, no value. But as long as it is here, it is of value. So, Prabhupada says, similarly, the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna, complete whole. And if they are severed from the complete whole, the illusory representation of the completeness cannot fully satisfy them. So Atma is complete when it is in Krishna's service. But when Atma gets separated, then he becomes unhappy. It cannot satisfy, and nothing in this world can satisfy him. Okay. So Atma is complete when it is engaged in Krishna's service. So when Atma forgets his real position, Krishna gives complete arrangements for him so that he can realize that position. In that sense, the world is complete. The world is complete in the sense that the world makes us go back to Krishna. And all the sufferings in this world are meant to turn us towards Krishna. That's why the sufferings are also a plan of the Lord, and it is complete arrangement of the Lord so that we go back to Him. So sufferings in this world are not a fault. They are here for a purpose. If there is no suffering in this world, then we will not go to Krishna. So Krishna arranges those things. The completeness of human life can be realized only when one engages in the service of complete whole. All services in this world, whether social, political, communal, international, or even interplanetary, will remain incomplete until they are dovetailed with the complete whole. When everything is dovetailed with the complete whole, the attached parts and parcels also become complete in themselves. Right? So the perfection of everything is to engage in Krishna service. Right? We have money, engage it in Krishna service. We have some home, make it a temple of Krishna. We have our energy, youthful energy, engage it in Krishna service. Utilize it in Krishna service. We have right, my mobile phone, engage it in Krishna service for video recording or camera broadcasting. Right? You have internet, engage it in Krishna service, not for sense gratification. You have a car, use it to come to temple, use it for distribution of books. So in this way, anything we have, right? You have a land, make a temple of Krishna there. So in this way, anything we have, if you dovetail it in Krishna service, that's perfection. If you have a garden, use the flowers to offer it to Krishna, isn't it? So everything in this world is meant to be dovetailed in Krishna's service. That makes it complete. If we engage it in our own sense gratification, then there's misuse of our independence, and that makes us incomplete. That makes us feel incomplete. So that's the meaning of this first verse. Okay, let's go through the Sanskrit word. Om Purnam Adaha. Krishna is complete. Purnam Idam. This material world is also complete because material world is meant to take us to Krishna. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From Krishna comes complete wholes. Because Krishna is complete, whatever comes from Krishna should be complete. If you think that anything is incomplete, then our knowledge is incomplete. Our understanding of that object is incomplete. No? Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Then Purnasya Purnamadaya, although complete wholes are coming from Krishna, still Krishna remains complete. Like 100 minus 10 is 90. But in Krishna's logic, 100 minus 10 is still 100. Right? 1 minus 1 is 0. But in Krishna's logic, 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. So when you take anything from Krishna, still Krishna remains complete. That's meaning of Purnam. Right? Purnasya Purnamadaya. From Krishna is coming complete material world, but Krishna still remains complete. So that is spiritual mathematics. 1 minus 1 is equal to 1. So Krishna never diminishes. He remains complete always. Right? If you have 100 rupees, I take 10 rupees from you, you lose 10 rupees. I gain 10 rupees. But from when universes come from Krishna, Krishna still remains complete. And universe is also complete.